This video app review is brought to you by the iPhone appreview.com.
What's up, everybody? This is Luke Patrick with the iPhone appreview.com. Today we're slinging out yet another video review, this time taking a look at an application called SmyleSafe that's on my springboard ready to go. And this application is available for $4.99 in the App Store, which is slightly higher than we might like, which we'll talk more about in just a second. But just to throw that out there right at the beginning of this video review. So without any further ado, we're just going to go ahead and boot this up. I do have the blue theme running, which we'll explain more in just a second, but here's what the app looks like. It is basically a web browser. It is the basic concept, of course, that it is, in fact, a mobile browser, but with a lot of additions, too, which is something that we'll get straight into. Basically, the app is designed to allow you as a parent to control whatever it is that your child happens to see on the internet using their iPhone or iPod or whatever. So if you have a teenager who you want to keep away from, let's say, seedier parts of the internet, or just say like a 3-year-old, to whom you every now and then sort of lend them your iPhone and they haven't yet figured out how to hit the home button, then you can lock them down this way too. So to sort of show you how this works, essentially, we're going to go in, there's your multiple windows, you can go to New Page, and the application is just a browser, so it immediately loads up this sort of SmyleSafe stock dashboard here. Where you can view just a bunch of different links. A lot of these things are sort of geared towards education and children, etc. But they're all saved right here on this dashboard. If you don't like it, simply hit the, I'll try to do this better, hit the big X at the bottom, type in something like the big G. Let's go to Google. Apologize for not having that in screen for a second there. You go to Google, the application bounces back and forth from the SmyleSafe server and back and says, okay, Google is fine. One of the interesting things about the application is that it will make sure that all of the major search engines remain in safe search mode, which means that your child cannot accidentally search for something that they don't necessarily need to see at this point in time. And then that's maintained across all of the major search engines, which is really quite nice. So once you're here, you could, of course, type in something, whatever, just to generally browse the internet, as your child might want to. As far as settings go, we've got a couple different things that are going on. Under the admin settings, you can, of course, let me type in my password for my fake email really quick. And, of course, you can actually set in a real email, and then you'll get email alerts for various things, which we'll talk about in just a second. Content filtering, you can go in here and then set the age group specifically of your child, questioning the inclusion of older teens, 18 above. Do you really need to lock them down at that point? They are 18. But anyway, just throwing that out there for a second. As for the younger kids, makes a heck of a lot of sense. So let's go ahead and young kids and preteens, or teens actually. That'd probably be one of the best options right there. You want further details, you can simply hit the little blue element there, and they can go in and then you sort of filter out these various categories. You can do everything from addiction to adult, phishing, hacking, pornography, gambling, whatever, all the way down to religion if you want to include that. Sort of a weird inclusion there. Etc., etc. Hit done, and then you're good. If you want to do some other filtering too, you can go into custom filtering, and then do specific blacklists. The application comes with a sort of stock server-side, well, it's pretty huge. It's a massive list of blocked websites. But if you want to block a specific thing, like let's say that your kid's grounded and you want to block them from Facebook and Twitter, you could do that. I think there's another way to do that in the other menu that we were just looking at too, but either way. So that's there. If you want to edit the specific black and white list, you can do that. You can also do time control, which is quite nice. You can go in and then edit them into specific settings here so that your child can only use the internet in the browser on specific days. You can also go in and set a specific time limit. So if you don't want your child looking at stuff on the internet past, say, 11 at night, you can give them a sort of digital curfew to play around with. Lastly, you can, in fact, set a geofence. You can set a geofence of, like, say, 4 or 5 miles or whatever that you want to put. And this means that if your child goes outside of that location wearing, or not wearing, with the iOS device, you'll receive an email saying, hey, they're outside the geofence, which is cool. We're probably thinking that's more useful probably for small children. I'd imagine your teenager might have a problem with that. But, you know, whatever you can get away with. So down here, you know, simple stuff. It is just a very basic browser. It's not the most fantastic browser we've ever seen, but then again, we're picky, and it's not meant to be. You know, we can't really deride the app for the fact that it's not Firefox mobile browser. So just keep that in mind. It's a good enough browser, but it's really the extras here that you're going for, which of course is the main point, so no complaints there. You can of course save bookmarks if you want to. You can share stuff, refresh the page that way. And of course you do have mobile windows here, multiple windows in this sort of Safari inspired element. So that is essentially what you need to know. I guess just to quickly point out, of course, you do have portrait and landscape both. So to kind of give a final wrap up here, the application is $4.99, comes with a heck of a lot of additional elements to make sure that your child's viewing experience is safe. You will get emails if they happen to view a blocked website, or if they want to request a blocked website be opened up, or if they go outside their geofence, etc., etc. You're going to get a lot of information this way. The price is slightly higher than we might like. $5 is quite a bit to ask for any iPhone application. But that's not to say that you won't get your money's worth. You definitely will. And if the peace of mind that this application will give you is easily worth $5, then why not go for it, to be honest. So it's not a big complaint, but that's pretty much our only complaint with it. Other than that, it's a very solid app with a very solid concept, and we feel like a lot of people are going to get a lot of really solid use out of it. So that's all we have to say about it, and at this point I'm just going to give you our final rating. SmyleSafe gets a solid 4 out of 5 star rating from us here at the iPhoneAppReview.com. And that's all I have to say about it. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and sign out, but we will see you guys later. Bye.